I will talk today about Loving Day. Before the start, please subscribe to the channel and press the like button to continue to post more amazing videos. Loving Day is associate annual celebration in Gregorian calendar month 12, the day of the 1967 Supreme Court call Indiana Love v. Virginia that stricken down all anti-miscegenation laws remaining in 16 U.S. states. Within the anti-miscegenation laws were U.S. state laws ban interracial wedding, principally forbidding wedding between non-whites and whites, till the Warren Court dominated NEMCON in 1967 that these state laws were unconstitutional. Judge Earl Warren wrote within the court judgment that the freedom to marry, or not marry, an individual of another race resides with the individual, and can't be infringed by the state. Loving Day isn't associate formally recognized vacation by the U.S. government, despite makes an attempt to form it therefore. In Love Day is that the biggest racial celebration within the U.S. history. Loving Day originated with the landmark U.S. Supreme Court case in Love v. Virginia, that nullified laws prohibiting interracial wedding. The case was brought by Mildred in Love, née Jeter, a lady classified as colored beneath Virginia's Racial Integrity Act of 1924, and Richard in Love, a man, UN agency initial met once she was 11 and he was 17. He was a family friend and over the years they courted. When she became pregnant, they married in Washington, D.C., in 1958, once she was 18. Reportedly, Mildred failed to notice that interracial wedding was embezzled, and that they were in remission many weeks when they came back to their town north of Richmond, Virginia. They pleaded guilty to charges of cohabiting as man and married person, against the peace and dignity of the Commonwealth, and avoided jail time by effort Virginia and agreeing to not come back to the state for 25 years. The Lovings affected to Washington, D.C., and commenced proceedings by writing to U.S. Professional General Robert F. Kennedy. Kennedy referred the case to the Yank Civil Liberties Union. When the Warren Court NEMCON dominated in favor of the young couple, they came back to Virginia, wherever they lived with their 3 kids. In 1975, Richard in Love died in a very automobile accident. Mildred in Love died 2008, at the age of 68. Every Gregorian calendar month 12, the day of the ruling, in Love Day events round the country mark the advances of mixed-race couples. Legacy. Many organizations sponsor annual parties across the country, with lovingday.org providing a web legal map, room history of anti-miscegenation laws, further as giving testimonials by and resources for interracial couples. Impressed by Juneteenth, which commemorates the tip of slavery within the state of Texas, in Love Day seeks each to commemorate and celebrate the Supreme Court's 1967 ruling, keeping its importance recent within the minds of a generation that has adult up with interracial relationships being legal, further as explore problems facing couples presently in interracial relationships. The In Love Day website options info, as well as court transcripts of the In Love v. Virginia case and of alternative complaints within which the lawfulness of anti-miscegenation laws was challenged. To celebrate the vacation, folks are inspired to carry parties within which the case and its contemporary inheritance are mentioned, in smaller settings like living rooms, backyards, etc., further as in larger gatherings. Ken Tanave is attributable with forming the concept for In Love Day. He created the concept in 2004 for his senior thesis at Parsons, the new Faculty of Style. In widespread culture, Loving, a 2016 film star Ruth Negga and Joel Edgerton as Mildred and Richard in Love, directed by Jeff Nichols. The film was elected to vie for the Palme d'Or at the 2016 City Fete, and was appointed for various awards, as well as a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor for Edgerton and Honor and Golden Globe nominations for Ruth Negga. A documentary, The In Love Story, that options rare contemporaneous pictures of the couple and details the history of the case and references In Love Day, premiered on HBO on Valentine's Day 2012. New York Times popular author Heidi W. Docio organized the second largest celebration of In Love Day within the country with Fanchon Cox DiGiovanni, throughout the annual Mixed Roots film and literary pageant. The annual flagship In Love Day celebration in New York Town was featured within the BBC documentary series Our World in 2007, on the 40th day of the In Love Call. Coverage of the annual celebration has conjointly been featured in Time magazine, on The Voice of America, National Public Radio, The Washington Post, and on the PBS NewsHour. Several cities and municipalities have issued proclamations formally recognizing In Love Day as a vacation, as well as Washington, D.C., and Carolingian County, Virginia, wherever the Lovings hailed from. Outside the U.S. Since 2013, In Love Day has been celebrated with Associate Annual Conference at Delaware Bailey Theater in National Capital, organized by the Stichting In Love Day Foundation. In the end, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.